Alright, this is a 2016 Kia Forte, and in order to put the new evaporator on, the old one needs to come out. And the old one is located under here. It's in there. So in order to take that out, this entire airflow system box needs to come off, and in order to take that off, the entire dash needs to come off. This entire dash needs to come off, and this steering column and all has to drop down for the dash to come off. And now it looks like the dash is held on by 1, 2, 3, and then there's another bolt in there, 4, and then there's 2 more bolts way up in there. I'll make that 4. That holds the dash to the firewall. It's a huge job. Oh, and this has to come off too. It's a huge job, and it's designed to be worked on by professionals. It's a good thing I'm able to do this. Anybody else would probably go crazy, because this is not an easy job. Well, it's a long process. Alright, I'll show you guys how it looks like after I get it off. Okay, just an update on the progress so far. Remove that center console, whatever you call it. All those parts, as you can see, all been removed. Next, bolts for the dash. Update on the 2016 Kia Forte Evaporator core replacement. As you can see, I had to remove the entire wiper system because there are 2 bolts that hold that dash assembly from this side. So this has to come off, and then after you get those last 2 bolts out, voila! The entire dash can come out. And let me show you the evaporator core. This entire back end has to come off. I don't know if y'all can see that clearly, but this is the evaporator core inlets and outlets. That's the heater core. Obviously you have to disconnect that from the engine bay area, as coolant will come out a little. And so this entire assembly has to come out now, so that you can replace the evaporator core inside this piece of crap. I don't know why the designers of Kia made it so difficult. Obviously, if you're not a professional, you cannot do this job. This is not for the amateur or novice mechanic. You have to be able to know how to do all this without damaging anything. And so far, I have not damaged anything. And I had to dismount the shifter as well to get it out of the way, so that this whole thing can rest on the dropped steering column and the seat. So now I can take the bolts off that holds this to the back end of this crazy looking dashboard. So that's how you get the dashboard off. 2016 Kia Forte. Update on the 2016 Kia Forte evaporator core replacement. I've managed to put the new core in. It wasn't that hard. After you pull the dash out this way, you can actually unscrew these little screws. There are about 7 all around the back and here and a few in the front. And that whole thing will just slide off with the evaporator core. And then all you do is take the old one out, put the new one in, put it back, screw it back. Then, oh, just to let you know, this has to come off and get out of the way, not too hard. There's a few screws that hold it. Then after you get out of the way, you can get that out. Then you put this back and then you wiggle this crazy dash back into place. There are guide slots, so it makes it a little easy. But the trick is to get this metal leg out on that side, because if it's sitting on top, you can never get it back in place. So I've been able to push it back into place, and it's ready to bolt back on and assemble that steering column back together. That's going to be a little difficult, but it needs a little muscle and elbow grease. And that's how you replace the 2016 Kia Forte Evaporator core. It's not as easy as it looks. Oh yeah, and you're gonna have to put this shifter back into place. You do have to unbolt it so that it can like just lay down like that, so that you can get this up and over it so it won't damage it. And when you're done putting it back, just stand it back up and bolt it back. Alright, that's all folks.